you'll get a warning that you need to adjust your lifestyle, but thereafter, it's not going to go through. I was asking the question, Keon, whether or not, or how that it affects landlines.
So the fixed line customers. So let me answer in two parts, starting with our residential customers first. Yes, they will also be required to dial 10 digits as at May 31, and certainly with a hard cut-off date of October 31 later this year. And it's important for us to ensure that these customers are also aware of the change that's coming. So in addition to participating in various initiatives by the OUR, we are also embarking on public education campaigns to alert these customers. So we're using IVR blasts, for example. So if they're home, their landline will ring, and they'll get a recording from Flow advising them of this upcoming change, and of course reminding them throughout the period of the permissive dialing, just to ensure that we encourage the required behavior change before we get to October 31. For our business customers, certainly those who have public branch exchanges or PBXs as they're commonly called, there is a process that we're going through with our customers. So for those who are under a maintenance contract, we will support them in terms of doing the reconfiguration of their systems for them. For those who are not under a maintenance contract, we will be offering a service. We're going to be looking at some of the exchanges and identifying the ones that we will be able to support within this window. And we will be sharing the information in terms of the arrangements and what that process will be for those customers. So in addition to our customers who are under the maintenance contract, we will be opening up that service to others who need that support as well. So your listeners can pretty much stay tuned for more information on that, because we will be releasing that information next month.
All right. Liz Bennett, what about Mrs. Marsh, sorry. Liz, what about the public and the work that needs to be done to change behavior? Because to some extent that is going to be required to cause a smooth shift.
Right, so we have been doing a number of engagements from the OUR end. However, we have put the burden, so to speak, on the telcos to ensure that their customers are fully aware, Dennis. And you would have heard Elon and Keon just now outline ways in which they will be communicating with their customers. We have also had the assurance from them that you do have some customers who are not necessarily tech-savvy. They have their phones, but they really don't know what to do. They have assured us that they'll be also making their customer service agents, either through telephone or in their offices, available to these customers to assist them. So we will be monitoring from our end the level of engagement that takes place in a public sphere from the telcos to see whether we are satisfied that their customers are being sufficiently informed about the change.
You know, I think immediately from the business perspective of some things people will have to keep in mind. For some people, it means business cards will have to change.
Yes. Exactly, Patricia. I'm glad you mentioned
websites.
Signage, we are encouraging persons to change their signage, because in another year or two, at our workshop yesterday, our consultant projected that in another 2 years, 18 months to 2 years, we may start using the 658 code. And I just want to be clear that we have the area code. We got it in August of last year, but we won't start using it until numbers under the 876 code are exhausted. So in another 18 months to 2 years, we project that we'll start using the 658. And the only difference between your number and somebody else's number under the 658 will be the area code. So it's very likely, Patria, that somebody will have your number under the 658 area code.
I also see difficulties that will creep up, certainly for Keon and Elon, with people transferring credits to the wrong phones. I mean, having put in the wrong area code.
Well, they're putting the wrong number now, Patria, but okay.
Exactly. So this is only going to compound the issue.
Well, look, the truth is they'll only have 2 area codes to contend with, thankfully.
So 50% chance of sending the money to the wrong number.
Well, simply by ensuring that you have the correct area code.
Exactly. So when you get to that point, just double check the number before you complete the transaction.
Yes. I also mentioned Dennis because I think Elon made the point earlier about 10-digit dialing, and I don't think persons have translated it to also include toll-free numbers. We know there are several popular 188 numbers, domestic numbers. I want to emphasize it's domestic, not overseas. There are some popular 188 numbers in Jamaica. We're doing away with the 1 in front of those numbers as well to make it 10-digit dialing right across the board.
Oh. So, for instance, I can think of JPS 1-888-225-5577. Yeah. Sorry, I have to say the jingle in order to get it. Right. So that you would just take off the 1. Then.
Absolutely.
Just take off the 1, right?
So, and on that point, the JPS will obviously now have to change its ad to reflect that.
Yes.
Wow.
Might be a little bit of an issue with the
jingle. Yeah,
you get the jingle back together again.
Yeah.
But then also we rely now on advertisers like Nationwide, for instance, to implore to your clients, look, whenever you're sending through ad requests, also include the 876 as part of the contact for customers to reach you. So no longer do you say, just call this number,
right?
7-digit number. It's now called 876 so and so. I know it will sound a little bit weird for someone driving and listening to 876 and you're like, that's obvious, but quite frankly, it's the norm. It's
going to be a culture change. We're going to have to say, call the studio lines at 876-630-9371 to 4.
Exactly.
It's going to require that.
Absolutely.
And how do you now write 876? That's also a biggie because we talk about radio ads, but there are also print ads where we're saying we're doing away with the bracket that normally goes around the 876 number because the bracket now suggests that it's optional. So this is our area code. May not be used. We're doing away with the bracket. So how should it be written? It's 876-968-6053. That's OUR's number.
And maybe
that's how the number should be written.
Right.
And maybe jumping the gun, but in forward planning, the new area code is expected to last us for how long? So when next will we have to be going back into the area code pool?
Yes. Well, I mean, Patria, we had predicted that the 876 would have lasted 20 years, but in 13 years we were revisiting it. At yesterday's media workshop, our Director General predicted that we hope that the 658 will last for 10 years. But his caveat was, it depends on demand.
Yes.
We can't predict the demand because, the telecom sector is constantly changing. So we don't know what another few years will bring. But the OUR, as a forward-looking and forward-thinking regulator, is always monitoring the sector. And so we're able to put plans in place way ahead of when we have to execute.
Elon, help me to understand why the demand would so quickly outpace the availability of numbers, because the population size hasn't grown with that kind of rapid rate, and it can't be that. What is it? What's causing us to run out so quickly?
Think beyond the talking and texting and using WhatsApp, and think also to location-based services, to
vehicle tracking,
absolutely, remote monitoring, for instance, for which the devices that conduct the remote monitoring will use SIM cards that are connected to the data network, and the unique identifier would be the number on that SIM card that's connected to the data network, which is of course providing the throughput of video from that remote location. So the more people buy these devices and put them into locations from which they want to remotely see what is happening, also that fuels the demand for numbers.
Gotcha.
That changes a lot. For the people who are asking, the Add Country Code app does work quite well. It actually, I downloaded it.
Great.
Worked very quickly, and it also serves to back up contacts as well.
Yeah, man.
The Contacts Optimizer Pro is available in the App Store. It's for $1.99, but the Quick Heal Optimizer is there, and there are some other ones that.
Yeah, there's some free apps.
Yeah, there's some free ones.
Yeah,
but the Contacts Optimizer Pro is there, and once I suppose it will. Yeah, hopefully you only have one device. But yeah, so what we can definitely say is that I suppose it sounds like we've done the work, we've done the hard yards, and we're getting there. And so kudos to the OUR and the telecommunications companies for doing the work. Is there anything else, Liz Bennett Marsh, that you would want consumers to be aware of, to remember out of this conversation?
I would want them to take away the fact that when it's implemented, we recognize that some persons will have some challenges. For example, we have been talking with members from the disabled community, and we'll continue to have dialogue with them as well, because we recognize that there may be some challenges. We want them to know that the OUR has a consumer affairs unit that stands ready to assist them if it is that they don't feel that they're getting the requisite assistance from Flow and Digicel and any other telco company that they have business with. So we encourage them to first go to them to have their queries addressed. If it is that they're not getting through there, then our consumer affairs unit will only be too happy to help come May 31 and onward, as we help them to transition into this new dimension, which we find is very exciting in the telecom sector.
Keon, are you willing to offer to, say, corporate customers who've gone through the effort of securing a special number? So, for example, if my number was 876555 and I had reached out to Flow in the beginning to secure that, are you also willing to then give the new area code with the similar digits at the end to corporates who may want it?
Well, it will come back to what we get under the assignment from the OUR.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And let me explain something, because we got this question a few times. We got it recently when we had a business meeting in Mandeville as well. Somebody had a number that had their company name in it, so they wanted to know if it is that they have to apply in the future for another number on the 658 if they'll get it. The OUR distributes numbers in batches. So, for example, if we're distributing numbers under the 966 number, that's what we call a central office code. That's that first 3 digits in your current 7-digit number. Mm-hmm. When Digicel or Flow, for example, apply for numbers, we don't just give them a few numbers. We give them everything under the 966. That is 10,000 numbers. And they in turn distribute it to their customers.
Right.
So there's no guarantee that if a company applies for a similar number to what they have on the 876 that they'll get it. It really depends on what the numbers that the telcos have that are available.
Look of the draw,
so really. or maybe hit it early and try to get it very early. As soon as 658 comes out, you try get 658 nationwide.
Both of them are telling you from now, I want 658 sweetie. Put it on the table.
Liz, it's over to you. It's over to you. So look, we kicked off our 10 out of 10 campaign yesterday, simply to remind the customers that that's a new way to dial, the perfect way to make a call, 10 out of 10. We think customers will easily remember to dial that way. I think it has cultural and contemporary relevance, so why not? So for Digicel, 10 out of 10.
What say you, Keon? Give it a final word.
Well, we have been embarked on our campaign from last year, so we would have had discussions and encouraged questions from our customers via our live chat, certainly, or radio programs and so on. And we continue with our programs. So we're actually ramping that up now. So we're looking at town halls. We have already placed content in the print media, and as I mentioned, we're going to be doing some blasts to the customers. So via email, IVR, which is our interactive voice response system, and also via SMS blast. And certainly in terms of bill messages, you will also get the reminders on your bill, as well as the recorded messages coming through the system when you try to dial.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, so, all right. So we leave it there. Thank you very much to the three of you for joining us. Director of Communications and Stakeholder Management at Flow, Keon Mitchell. Regional Communications Manager, Digital, Elon Parkinson. And Public Education Specialist at the Office of Utilities Regulation, Elizabeth Bennett Marsh.
Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
Across Jamaica is up next.
Front Page was brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales for a better choice in the electrical business.
Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA, formerly the CDA and the OCR, protecting children, empower families, securing the future. The time by CPFSA is
8:02.
For the most advanced island-wide stolen vehicle recovery and fleet management systems at the most cost-effective prices, it has to be King Tracker from King Alarm. Call 926-0116 and discover why everyone is tracking and securing their vehicles the King Alarm way. The temperature brought to you by King Alarm, simply the obvious choice is
27 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 28 in Montego Bay.
Marksman, providing uncompromising security for the industrial, financial, and tourism sectors. Specialists in aviation and seaport security. Over 25 years of experience in dealing with the toughest security challenges island-wide. Marksman is on guard, on time, on target. Call 926-3600. Marksman, a member of the Guardsman Group of Companies.
Across Jamaica is brought to you by Jamaica Police Co-op Credit Union Limited, committed to your economic success.
From the mountainside to seaside, countryside to townside, inside and outside, it's Across Jamaica this morning.
With Across Jamaica this morning, I'm Tana Thomas. Gender Minister Olivia Grange is condemning the deadly attack on a pregnant woman and her two children in Hanover yesterday morning. 38-year-old Adonique Cunningham and her two children, 4-year-old Shanique Coote and 7-year-old Jayana Coote, were chopped to death. Minister Grange says it was a tragedy and a most horrific case of gender-based violence, which she condemns in the strongest sense of the word. According to the minister, this latest incident brings into focus the importance of efforts to eliminate gender-based violence and to transform the ways in which a change is brought about in how women are perceived. She says the governmental action is vital to preventing and ending gender violence, but success requires people speaking up. Ms. Grange says she notes the police arrested the accused. She's encouraging anyone with any information that can assist in this case to make a report to the police. In the meantime, Ms. Grange, who is also a sport minister, has established an international bidding committee to find and recommend events to be hosted by Jamaica. This committee, which is to be headed by renowned sport administrator Mike Fennell, is part of the government's agenda of positioning Jamaica as a major international sport destination. The disclosure was made by Ms. Grange at a recent press launch of the Jamaica National Races Grand Prix 2018, held at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in New Kingston. Ms. Grange says the move has had favorable response from stakeholders within the sporting fraternity. And finally, in Across Jamaica this morning, 38-year-old Keisha Forbes of Jobs Lane Christiana Manchester, who is charged in relation to an employment scam, returns to court in Mandeville today. Forbes is facing 3 counts of obtaining $225,000 by false pretense and conspiracy to defraud. Police say in December 2017, Forbes allegedly collected the money from 3 persons she convinced that she was in a position to provide jobs overseas for them. The applicants were scheduled to leave the island on February 29. However, nothing was planned to accommodate such an arrangement. The matter was reported to the police, and after investigations by the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, CTOC, Forbes was arrested and charged. She has been released on bail. And those are the stories making Across Jamaica for this morning. I'm Tana Thomas.
Across Jamaica was brought to you by Jamaica Police Co-op Credit Union Limited, committed to your economic success.
Preserving Your Health is brought to you by Denk Pharma, quality for health made in Germany, in association with Pharmacare Marketing. Caring for you, caring for your health.
Pain is often annoying, but nevertheless indispensable to life. You need pain to notice injuries or to realize you have a medical problem that needs treatment. There are 3 different kinds of pain: acute, chronic, and periodic pain. Acute pain signals a problem or injury. It mostly occurs if your tissue is damaged, example, caused by a cut. Acute pain goes away when its reason is treated topically with ointments or orally with painkillers. Chronic pain goes on for a long time, example, back pain. Chronic pain is sometimes treated with therapies like acupuncture or relaxation exercises. Periodic pain occurs again and again and signals no acute danger. Menstrual pain and migraines are periodic pains which can be treated with over-the-counter medications such as ibuprofen and paracetamol. Speak to your doctor regarding pain treatment. Control your pain. Don't let it control you.
Preserving Your Health was brought to you by Denk Pharma, quality for health made in Germany, in association with Pharmacare Marketing. Caring for you, caring for your health.
Motorists, do you have damaged, torn, twisted, or peeling bumpers, cracking or aging dashboards? Don't despair. Let Wedge repair. Wedge Equipment, 27 years of quality and reliable plastic and leather restoration, plastic welding and bumper repairs. Don't just fix it. Let Wedge restore it. Original strength and appearance guaranteed. Free estimate. Workshop now located at 6 Chisholm Avenue in Kingston. Wedge, 929-1513 or 920-0089.
For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. It stocks a wide variety of electrical supplies including plugs, switches, panel boards, and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands such as GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer, and Allen Bradley. It also offers free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8 Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 754-371-45 or 754-382-528. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
The following program is rated E for entertainment.
Palace Amusement presents Popcorn and a Movie. Brought to you by Act 2 Popcorn. Pop up the fun with Act 2.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
My name's Wade Watts. My dad picked that name because it sounded like a superhero's alter ego, like Peter Parker or Bruce Banner. But he died when I was a kid, my mom too. And I ended up here, sitting here in my tiny corner of nowhere. There's nowhere left to go. Nowhere. Except the Oasis. A whole virtual universe. People come to the Oasis for all the things they can do. But they stay because of all the things they can be.
Can you feel this?
Yeah. It's the only place that feels like I mean anything. The Oasis was the brainchild of James Halliday.
Hello. If you're watching this, I'm dead. I created a hidden object, an Easter egg. The first person to find the egg will inherit $500 billion and total control of the Oasis itself.
Who is this Parzival, and how the hell is he winning?
Find him.
This isn't just a game. I'm talking about actual life and death stuff.
The Oasis, the world's most important economic resource.
And it's nothing less than a war for control of the future.
Welcome to the rebellion, Wade.
I only came here to escape. But I found something much bigger than just myself. Are you willing to fight?
Help us save the Oasis.
Ready Player One is the name of the movie that I watched last night. It is directed by the one and only Steven Spielberg. It's a development on a book. It stars Ty Sheridan, Olivia Cook, Ben Mendelsohn, and others. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. I didn't know what to expect. It's very sci-fi, very futuristic. It's set in 2045.
Okay.
So you're seeing a picture of urbanity. You're seeing it didn't
look very pretty.
Some aspects of it were pretty.
In the promos.
Well, in terms of the city?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. A lot of it was set in Oklahoma in 2045.
Okay.
But listeners, let me tell you. Okay, so the concept is that in the future, you can interface with this virtual world, and everybody is on. It's the future of online, and what I like about this movie is if you watch it like because I'm going to watch it again. It is very philosophical. I would like somebody like Dr. Marcia Forbes to watch this movie.
Really?
Because it is very philosophical about online engagement and immersing ourselves in online reality versus the real world, and our online identity or avatar versus our real world identity and avatar, and how those things sometimes interface. So doing what I do, and especially I come to online and social media from psychology.
Yes.
And so I like to think about and read about and write about the digital self. And so in terms of our digital identity, I find it absolutely fascinating.
Best self ever.
Yeah. There's some parallels, like the future of Facebook. I'm like, is that guy like the future Steve Jobs or the future Mark Zuckerberg?
Does it feel realistic? Does it feel like a plausible?
I don't know, maybe in 2045. But so much has changed about our lives in the last 10 years, for instance. Remember, I joined Facebook in 2007. Up to that point, I was still very much High Five. And I left High Five and joined Facebook in 2007. Yes. That was just the other day. And then I resisted Twitter, actually. Many people don't know I resisted Twitter until the summer when I was in London when the Olympics was going on. And I realized, it hit me, Twitter is where the news breaks. Twitter is where reality is. Let's go over to Twitter. And I took that long.
The movie was engaging. Yeah, let's get
back to the movie. The movie was very engaging. These interesting virtual characters that had very real personalities. I did like the character development in it. I have a thing again. I hate villains in a lot of movies. I hate their purpose for existing. Their raison d'etre. I'm like, this is such a lame villain. This is so stupid. I actually like the villain. I like the bad guys. I like the evil forces in this movie. And as I said, there's a whole lot of philosophical things in this movie, but it's still engaging. It's still fun. You can carry your teenager and watch this movie. Clean, yeah, it is clean, and it's interesting. I really like it. And if you like 1970s and 1980s video games and cartoons and all that, there are Easter eggs upon top of Easter eggs in a movie about Easter eggs. And you know, like when you used to play Mario Brothers, and you know that there's a secret on level this or a secret on level that, you know, you tell your friend them, or your friend, you tell someone, don't tell them, but I found a secret on level that. Like that's what the whole thing is about.
Okay,
I give it 3.
A 3. Okay.
Yeah, you know, some my 3 hard for come.
Hard for come by.
Yeah, I give it 3 angry caras out of 5.
Fair enough. Okay, well, mine I give 2.5 angry caras out of 5. But it was, you know, one of those shows where you don't want to think. Like, really? Don't give me no complicated plot. I'm not interested. I don't want to think. I just want to laugh. One of those really stupid, funny, stupid movies. This was it. I actually went to see Blockers.
Blockers, okay.
I went to see Blockers.
I didn't see the. For all I saw of it, made me think American Pie.
So the premise of Blockers is really simple, stupid, and it's interesting that you say American Pie. The idea is it's prom night, and these 3 parents who have met and seen their daughters grow up together, they've been in this thing from their daughters were kids until now their daughters are 16. It's prom night, and what happens on prom night? I mean, the narrative usually is you lose your virginity on prom night. So it's an attempt to have those 3 girls not lose their virginities on prom night, and their 3 parents are following them from prom to party, trying to stop them from having sex on prom night. That's the whole movie. The entire movie is that. A couple of things come out in the process of following them to from party to party. So one dad, you realize, is really overprotective, and there's a resolution of that throughout the movie. Another mother is struggling because she's going to be lonely. She's a single mother, and it's just been her and her daughter, and she has to work out those issues throughout the movie. And the other one feels guilty because he has not been active in the life of his daughter, and we kind of understand why throughout the movie. But it was just, there were moments in the movie where you're like grossed out. You say "lad" out loud. And there were moments in the movie where you like, don't be eating popcorn or drinking juice at that time, because you're gonna do a spit take. It's that funny. But there's no depth. You know, there's no complexity, there's no character development. It's just a dumb, stupid, funny movie for people to go and watch. I give it a solid 2.5 out of 5 because it was what it said it was gonna be. A dumb, stupid, funny movie. Yeah.
Okay, like was there lots of laughter, like really good hearty laughter in the theater?
In bits. So there were bits that evoked strong emotion. So when you say "lad," it went on for like a proper 5 minutes worth of "lad." And then there were sections where you're just laughing uncontrollably, but it wasn't for the whole movie. There were some good chunks in there.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting. 2.5. All right, so I'm going to throw out a question. Call 1-876.
No, 876. We're doing 10 digits.
Yes, 876-630-9371. I want you to tell me what is the name of the. What are the names of the authors who wrote the original book upon which Ready Player One is based?
We're doing 1 or 2 questions. One. Okay.
One.
Okay.
One no more.
What?
One no more. You ever hear old time people say one no more?
No.
King, you never hear some people say no more?
No.
One no more. Me telling you one no more time. No more.
Oh. Like... Last night, okay, so there's a listener who doesn't like when I call Quasi's name every morning, but I'm sorry. Last night we were having a conversation and he was telling me that a dance, some people call it a lawn.
Yeah,
Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Lawn?
Yeah.
Not lounge?
Lawn.
A lawn.
Because it's a grass area. Yeah.
I've never... King, you ever heard that yet? You go a lawn and it means that you're going to a dance or to a club?
Yes, yeah, man.
I have never heard
I've
that
even
in
heard
my
it
life.
in a song. There's a Buju Banton song right now that is almost at the tip of my tongue.
We're having an argument last night. I'm like, it's lounge. It's lounge that the people are saying, and he's convincing me, no, it's lawn.
No, man, it's lawn.
And he might tell me, say, him even see it right out from poster LAWN lawn. I'm like, what? Anyway, okay. That's popcorn and a movie, folks.
Yeah.
Lawn.
Palace Amusement has just presented Popcorn and a Movie. Brought to you by Act 2 Popcorn. Pop up the fun with Act 2. You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
21 minutes past 8.
The Birthday Club is brought to you by Burger King. Taste rules your way.
Intoxication. Yes, Empress Divine. Every time I'm looking at your face, can make my world a brighter place. Yeah. And your majesty and grace, hit me through the rat race. Joy in your eyes, we no see no tears. Love is what you're giving me to all the years. Every time you need me, I will be there, my dear. I swear. There is no faking, no heartbreaking. Like a volcano, this a true love is taking, yeah. In tender caring, we are partaking. Woman, me feel say big things in all the making, yeah. Intoxication of a certain kind, good. I will admit that. Intoxication. Yes, Empress Divine. Every time I'm looking at your face, you make my world a brighter place. Yeah. And your majesty and grace, hit me through the rat race. Joy in your eyes, we no see no tears. Love is what you're giving me to all the years. Every time you need me, I will be there, my dear. I swear. There is no faking, no heartbreaking. Like a volcano, this a true love is taking, yeah. In tender caring, we are partaking. Woman, me feel say big things in all the making, yeah. Intoxication of a certain kind, boy. I will admit that you suit my mind, yeah. Conversation of another kind. Don't fast forward, baby, just rewind, yeah. Joy in your eyes, we no see no tears. Love is what you're giving me to all the years. Every time you need me, I will be there, my dear. I swear. Loving in your eyes, we not see no fear. Joy is what you're giving me to all the years. Every time you need me, I will be there, my dear. I swear. No mistaking in everything you do, and I will always be a part of you. Judge made us, and he will see us true. Our son forever, baby girl, this love is true. I've been searching for the longest time. Almost giving up, never thought I would find too many roses, die on the vine. But I didn't treasure in the way but find.
Long story. I want to be together till we old and gray. Right from you would really make my day. My day. Big up Horace Morrison, who won the tickets. He got the correct answer to the question.
Done.
Thank you very much. It is Ernest Klein and Mr. Penn. Lord, his name slips me now. But yeah, so you got it right. The original Ready Player One novel. Actually, they say the movie is a significant improvement on the book.
Mm-hmm. Birthday time.
Birthday.
Burger King birthday.
Okay.
Somebody who I love plenty. Like I have all the time in the world for him. Today is his birthday. Akeem Mignot.
All right.
Big actor he's one of the stars now in Right Girl, Wrong Address.
Okay.
Who used to host Dancing Dynamite, all kind of things. He's a teacher. He's actually a teacher at Hillel. Akeem, it's your birthday, sugar. Happy birthday to you. BCM, I hope you have a beautiful birthday. I know I'm going to call and sing for you and make sure that you feel special because you deserve it, Akeem. And I know all your students will make you feel special today. Happy birthday to you. I have a birthday greeting here. Before cock crow this morning, this man called because he wants to make sure that his sister knows how much he loves her. Ethlyn Brown from Spalding High. Your brother Andrew in Portmore wake up before the alarm clock and call this morning because there is no way he would miss telling his sister happy birthday because you are the sister him love, and he wanted to know that. So happy birthday to you, Ethlyn Brown. A birthday greeting also going out to someone from Spectrum Insurance. Sophia Malcolm Wallace, it's your birthday. Sergeant Wallace, definitely remembering your birthday and wanting you to know how special you are.
Well, Sergeant Wallace is a man who appreciates birthday, so I imagine he's going hard.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. Andrew Jarrett, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you, Andrew. Hope you have a great one. And I also have...
It's Andrew Jarrett from KLAS. Yeah, big up yourself, Andrew Jarrett.
It's Andrew's birthday.
Yeah.
Betty Williams, it's Betty's birthday as well. Yeah, Betty. And we got the phone call. People remember your birthday. Happy birthday to you, Betty. Also, Renee Brown, the lasagna-loving Renee Brown. It's your birthday, big singer. When we say Vice, you know, Renee is one of those people that make me feel like them recruit Adventist people. So if you can't sing, you can't join Adventist church.
Yeah, true. Adventist, or what about Adventist?
I don't know what is going on with the music ministry at Adventist
church. It's a culture thing.
Like
remember back in the days when everybody wanted to be acapella? Every Adventist church had a group of men. I sing acapella.
You can imagine how the musicians pout out their mouth. Like, what am I supposed to do? All of you singing acapella. Where's the space
Play
for
the
me?
First note.
Bing! Key. All you do is give the key.
Happy birthday to Janice Headley. Happy birthday to Angela Brown Burke. Happy birthday to my friend from Wayne, Kemisha Anderson. She teaches English at Spanish on High School.
Oh, Spain. Happy birthday.
Bless up yourself from Olava. That's where I leave it for today. Gonna be getting ready to go down to Paradise. It's gonna be a great day. We're gonna swim with dolphins. I actually got a video from somebody who sent me and said you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Strip all your jewelry though, like ring and everything have to come off. They're skin sensitive, so they want to make sure that scratch them. So I have to take out my earrings. But it's gonna be good.
All right, no problem.
Yeah,
no problem. There's a video that has been circulating. I saw it a couple of times last night and this morning of a half-naked woman in her room and the police roughing her up
and closing the door and trying to stop the video from being recorded.
And I just think the Commissioner of Police by now must see it. Major General Anthony Anderson, get on that one.
Questions to be answered.
Disciplinary matters maybe, or at least proceedings. Indicom, what say you? We're going to leave it there. Thank you very much for making it nationwide this morning. Up next is Vernon Darby on behalf of all of us here. I'm Dennis Brooks.
And I'm Patria K.
Shalom.
The Birthday Club was brought to you by Burger King. Taste rules your way.
Maybe together we can get somewhere.
You've just heard Nationwide this morning on Nationwide 90 FM.
Got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove. You got a fast car. I got a plan to get us out of here. Been working at the convenience store. Managed to save just a little bit of money. Won't have to drive too far. Just cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs and finally see what it means to be living.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
Hey, Marva. When last you drive on Marcus Garvey Drive, the place look different now,
Yeah, the other day I go airport and I not even recognize the place again.
I hear so they might build up a new scheme and the house might go for cheap. $3-4 million.
Oh, we are not say. Lana, tell me more.
Ground has been broken for the construction of 230 housing units in southwest St. Andrew as part of the Foreshore Estate housing development. The development will be Jamaica's first gated community to be built in a low-income area with prices for units ranging from $3.25 to just over $5 million. The scheme is being built on 14 acres of land in Kingston 13 and, when complete, will offer a varied selection of homes, all built by World Homes Jamaica Limited. President and CEO William Lai says the homes have been uniquely designed to raise the morale and living standards of residents in the area and its surrounding environs.
We wanted to lift the spirit of what affordable housing can look like. This project consists of 230 housing solutions. There's 36 starter units starting at approximately 3.25, and then we have one-bedroom quad townhouse units which are starting at 5.35, and one-bedroom quad units that are starting at 5.45. And we strive to keep the starting price below the NHT eligibility limit. All of our units are expandable, and you can expand on your own lot.
Foreshore Estate is the first of 10,000 low-income housing solutions to be rolled out by World Homes over the short to medium term. The units include one-story starter studios and one-bedroom starter houses, one-bedroom two-story quad, and duplex townhouses. There are also two-bedroom two-story quad and duplex townhouses. Amenities and fixtures will include tiled floors, bedrooms, kitchenettes, bathrooms, and laundry rooms. Speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony recently, Prime Minister Andrew Holness commended World Homes for its decision to construct Foreshore Estate, noting that it will go a far way in addressing the country's housing shortage. He added that the government is working to build more affordable housing solutions for Jamaicans as part of a strategy to deal with informal settlements.
The squatter problem is not only a function of the unavailability of land. The squatter problem is really a function of the lack of housing solutions being provided by the formal market. Giving away the house not going to solve the problem. To own the home means that you have a stake in ensuring that the community develops and remains of high standard, that you have an asset there to protect. What we must give away is the ability to earn it, and that is what the NHT is.
The government, through the National Housing Trust, NHT, has plans to build 22,000 housing solutions by 2021. The NHT will provide financing for the construction as well as mortgages for future foreshore purchasers. Senior manager at the NHT, Donald Moore, says more opportunities like foreshore will be undertaken through the Trust's Developers Program.
The private sector is quite active as you look around Kingston in the middle to upper ends of the housing market. However, their presence is not so great in the low-income housing market. Through our developers program, we want to change that by inviting these developers to bid on the opportunity to provide affordable housing on lands owned by the NHT.
The main gated entrance of Foreshore Estate will be located on Marcus Garvey Drive, complete with guard support. The gated community will include a playground for children, open recreational green spaces, a basketball court, jogging and walking paths, and a new basic school. There will also be shared parking spaces as well as infrastructure to facilitate drainage. For more information on the Foreshore Estate housing development, call 822-8883 or visit worldhomesjm.com.
Hey, you. Yes, you, sir, with the canned beef and you little miss with the mango and salt. Go easy on the salt for me now, please. It tastes good, though. But guess what? A hit CM1 are going to raise up your blood pressure.
This message was brought to you by the Jamaica Information Service.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service. Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting. You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
8:35.
For the best prices on beautiful comforter spread, sheet sets, and a large selections of curtains, visit J.N. Patel & Company Limited at 98 Orange Street, downtown Kingston. They stock a wide array of rugs, mats, threads, sewing requirements, and trimmings. Check them out for quality school bags and other school supplies. J.N. Patel & Company Limited. Telephone 922-2959. Household haberdashery under one roof.
Whether you're cleaning vehicles, hotels, factories, or other buildings, Delta Supply has the best equipment to tackle your toughest jobs. As an official distributor of Karcher, a cleaning brand boasting German design and quality, we stock the widest range of power washers, steam cleaners, carpet care, and floor care machines. To learn more, call us at 302-611124 or visit our website, deltasupplyco.com. Delta Supply. We service what we sell.
Create a unique look for your space by selecting drapery and upholstery fabrics from Design Options Limited. Choose from a wide range of fabrics, drapery rods, trimmings, and accessories to enhance your decor. Also available wallpaper, area rugs, curtain panels, and cushion covers. So come to Design Options Limited at 8 Shortwood Road. Telephone 931-6354 to see what the well-dressed room is wearing. Design Options Limited for creative interiors and decor. The following cervical cancer awareness tip is brought to you by Caledonia Medical Laboratory. If detected early, cervical cancer has a very high cure rate. Vaccination against HPVs, which are known to cause cervical cancer, is an effective preventative measure. The preceding cervical cancer awareness tip was brought to you by Caledonia Medical Laboratory. Telephone 968-0425.
Swimming in blood. Don't forget the farming, sworn in the mud. Yet they wanna be the first to reap the food as it bud. Oh, them fill the earth with peace and church and poorhouse. Love the rum bar, yet them eat the pure house. Now take the microchip and overrun the poor out. Less food.
Oh yeah, that's what we lack in Jamaica. Love, L-O-V-E. If when we have love, we put too much hell in it. That is the L I said. Good morning, everybody. How you doing this morning? It's a Thursday morning. Good morning. Oh yes, April 26, 2018.
Them said them think that take too long to grow and start to cuss her. I couldn't trust them and those are so I trust her.
Yeah, we need to smile a little more. Yes, good morning, and welcome to At Your Service here on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Vernon Darby, and I will be with you from now until 10 o'clock. At Your Service, your program, our program, the People's Program, the People's University. This is the program of choice where we deal with your issues, and we will leave no stone unturned until these issues are addressed. Thank you very much for joining me at this time. To our listeners, our on-the-ground reporters, those who call, send emails, write, send text messages, and do business with us. Thanks. Your support will keep this program going. This program is for you. All right, coming up next is Check Mail. Remember to send your reports by text messages to 816-5261 or by email to ayswithvernon@hotmail.com. Please say the message, who is your member of parliament, and also who is your parish councillor. Then at 8:45, it's Consumer Power. And from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, it's Open House, a drop-in center for the homeless persons in St. Anne to be opened in May. We'll talk about this and other issues with the Mayor of St. Anne's Bay, Michael Bell Navis. We'll also be taking your calls. Listeners, it's At Your Service, where the features full of information to empower you. The program which keeps in touch with those who you need to hear from. All right, it's now time to take a look at your messages.
Chat mail. Chat mail.
And this person says, I'm writing to you because I don't know who else to address this concern that I have. The problem that I have is with the Jamaica Customs. On Sunday, April 22, 2018, I went to pick up one of my relatives. She explained that she had cooked some rice and peas with jerk chicken and coleslaw and placed it in a container and put it in her handbag. Really? When she came to the airport to which she was departing, they asked if she could take out any food, electronic devices, that's tablets, cell phone, belts, chains, and place them in the container provided. She complied with their regulations. Those items were scanned and she was allowed to place said items in her bag. She received a customs declaration form which she completed and indicated on the form that she was carrying food on her person, and she indicated rice and everything. When she went to the customs officer, they searched her bag and took the container with the cooked rice and peas with jerk chicken and coleslaw and threw it in the garbage and said that the food was contaminated. She wasn't allowed to open the container to show that what was in the container, as she was told not to touch the container because it is or was contaminated. When I heard this, I was furious, so I contacted your organization and spoke with a reporter about this matter and also provided him with my contact number and have yet to receive any call back with regards to this matter. I find it so ironic that when persons are leaving Jamaica, we are allowed to take fried fish, ackee, and other items to the United States with no problem. However, when it comes to Jamaica, we aren't allowed the same privileges as our first world counterpart. The question I ask is, how do they know that the food is or was contaminated? Was a test done to determine if the food was contaminated? This is a cooked meal, not a raw meal. Okay, it goes on. It's a pretty long message. But I must tell you, the Customs Department, they have all right to decide what you can carry in and what you can carry out. What you ought to do is you should make contact with the Customs Department and find out what you can carry in. Because let me tell you something, they could be harsher on you. You could be fined, you could be charged, and some items probably might even be imprisoned. So you can't. Each country has its own laws and regulations. We are not guided by the laws of the United States or the United Kingdom. So the laws of this country are the laws of this country, and when you're coming into Jamaica, you just have to abide by the laws. And if the customs tell you you can't take that in, then you can't. And there's good reason for it, you know. There are some items, for example, like when you're carrying food, that food has to be tested. They don't know. There are certain meat kinds that they are not allowed to carry into Jamaica. Certain fruits also. That's why we're trying to keep out certain fruits, because we have fruit flies, I think. We have that problem in Jamaica. And you can almost wipe out an industry if you carry in things from abroad and they come in with certain pests on them or certain, I think, fungus. Now, I'm no expert. I'm only giving you from general information. So it's best that you make contact with the Customs Department if you're going to carry anything into Jamaica as such. And if you're carrying out things, you need to check with the country that you're going to, your destination country, find out what the rules are and find out what you can carry into that country. All right, let me go through some of the messages here. This one says, good morning, Mr. Darby. I am a resident of Manly Meadows. For years, the JPS light was gashing fire. I read this before. I need you to update me and tell me if anything has been done, because that is a very serious matter. If persons are stealing electricity and it is posing a risk to the neighbors, then that matter has to be dealt with. This next one says, morning, Mr. Darby. Does the SDC offers a coaching program in football, netball, athletics, and so on? What you must do, you'll have you ought to have a SDC office, I think, in your parish. Make contact with them and you'll get further information about that matter. If I get it, I'll make sure that I read it on this program. And they'll be here next week Tuesday, between 9 and 10. So you can give us a call then, so you can talk to them directly. This person says, Mr. Darby, I'm listening. I'm from the Oxford Citizens Association, and we are getting SDC Grant Fund, our community, and he gives the name, Mr. Oren Osborne. Okay, he's doing a pretty good job. All right, so there you have it. So it seems to me that quite a number of persons are interested in what the SDC is doing. Yes, they're building communities, and you ought to work with them, because if we do that well, then we probably will have less crime in this country. Oh, and let me reach right before I go for the break, I feel I have 2 tickets to give away, and I have not. I have to get some questions. Yeah, I'm not going to make it too difficult for you. You have to go and see Jazz in the Gardens this weekend at Jamaica Pegasus. So I have to come up with a very difficult or easy question? All right, I'll try to come up with a question, as I have 2 tickets to give away this weekend. I want to say thanks to them for giving me tickets every time they have a show to give away on this show. And I found out that probably majority of the persons who go to that show, they actually listen to this show. That's good to know, so they identify with this show. All right, we're going to go for the break right now. You're listening to At Your Service here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media. The People's Program, the People's University. Vernon Darby saying to you, soon come back. When we come back, yes, it's going to be Consumer Power. Soon come back. Don't move.
Athletes from champions Calabar and Edwin Allen helped Jamaica dominate the recent Carifta Games. Now they return for their respective schools along with other high schools plus colleges led by UTEC and GC Foster to compete at the Penn Relays. And the action is live right here on this station April 26, 27 and 28. Coverage of the Penn Relays is brought to you by Main Event Entertainment Group, the Events People, Rainbow Awnings, add some color, comfort and protection to your life. Carlos Manufacturing Limited, where quality joins affordability.
So, them give me the wrong light switch.
Boss, you should have gone electrical depot.
Wait, them give me the wrong conduit too. And them never even have no panel board.
Boss, you should have gone electrical depot.
Electrical Depot has all your electrical items for your everyday construction needs. 169 Constant Spring Road, just below Immaculate. Friendly staff, great prices.
You know, I need some wire.
Boss,
don't tell me I'm going to Electrical Depot.
Call us today at 755-0994.
Jamaica, an island nation blessed with many beautiful bounties. But Jamaicans spend their entire lives unaware of the amazing destinations right here at home. Join Kalila and Dennis as Nationwide This Morning takes you on a journey to some of Jamaica's most spectacular getaways. Experience treasures like no other. Discover rivers and waterfalls. Explore hidden caves. Feast on sumptuous island cuisine. Journey with us to places unknown in Passport to Paradise.
I'm going down to paradise tonight. It's gonna be so.
Passport to Paradise. We're coming to St. Anne, Ocho Rios, and visit Pineapple Court Hotel. Passport to Paradise in Nationwide This Morning from 6 to 8:30 a.m. on Nationwide 90 FM. A revolution in media.
Going down to paradise tonight. It's gonna be so.
This broadcast is brought to you by This is Really Great Yogurt. Be good to your body. Dolphin Cove, Jamaica's #1 marine attraction. And Fidelity Motors, Nissan Shift, innovation that excites.
Welcome back. You're listening to At Your Service here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media. Coming up right now is Consumer Power. And the fighter, yes, the fighter for consumers, one of the many fighters, yes, we all work together, is with us this morning. Mr. Trevor Samuels, how are you this morning? You're the immediate past president of the National Consumers League. Good to have you.
Nice to be back, sir.
Nice to be back from where? I hear you get some award. Tell me. Is it last night?
Never go anywhere.
Tell me about that. I heard that you got an award. Where were you supposed to get that award? I might get myself into trouble, you know.
I was, I sent a little email on that. I got a Prime Minister's recognition for service to education and civic development. So I was awarded that last night.
Okay, it's last night. And just like myself, you weren't able to make it.
Oh, you weren't?
No, you didn't get to make it either. I don't believe it.
Oh, you?
You, did you go?
Yes, then I had to go because I was given an award.
I thought I couldn't make it at all. Congratulations, Trevor. Really, really congratulations for that. And
thanks to you all who helped me to get that award. Everybody,
Yes.
I don't know who recommended me, but I also thank that person. So that person probably might know who he or she is. I can't tell.
Exactly.
Right.
All right. What we'll be talking about this morning now?
Well, you notice, and we were talking about labels the other day and price tags. But you notice that during the course of this week, millions upon millions of dollars worth of fake goods were destroyed.
I hear you. But I must ask you something though. Why they don't just make the items and don't put any name of them? What would it? But if it is similar in design, the law might still have a challenge under the law. But why do they have to put the name on it? Why don't just make the shoes? They look good. The items, some of them look pretty good.
But they look good and they look like the genuine thing. But why don't they just put, because shoes you can these other things, they all look alike.
Yes.
Because from brand to brand. So why don't they just put their own brand, on these things? But one of the things about people,
yes,
especially as Jamaican, we like to sport name brands. Brands which are well known and expensive.
Yes.
And you get all those things made in Paris and Italy and all those other things, and we say, oh good, I'm wearing this and I'm boasting about this because they look exactly alike. You can hardly tell the difference.
You might still have a problem under the law. If it is designed to look like the original, then you might still have a law, because I'm sure they register the design.
Yeah, but slight differences, can probably get around the law.
Right.
Slight differences that you can hardly even notice. They use that to get around. But, as Jamaicans say, all right, I like to, to do this, and I like to wear this, I like to carry this leather bag from so and so on, when it is not really leather at all. Because they have a way of spraying some leather stuff over some inferior goods.
Okay.
Yes, because if you buy sometimes, you buy a leather belt, and it says genuine leather. And it smells like leather when you buy it in the shop. But when you start wearing it, this thing starts stripping off. And actually, what they do, the Chinese seem to have a very good way of doing this, is spray a sort of leather-looking stuff over the inferior base. And sooner or later, the smell is gone. It don't smell like leather anymore. And it starts stripping. Shoes and all these other things start stripping off when you believe it is genuine leather. So, these are some of the things. And actually, too, the government seems to have been losing quite a bit of revenue.
I see. That is it. Oh, I see. That's a real challenge.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's one of the real challenges. But then, again, as we say, we like to look expensive and so forth. Look as if we have been shopping in Paris and London and stuff like that, when we were just shopping down by Orange Street. And when you look at the prices that they charge for these things, how could you manage to pay so much or so little for these high name brands? And something must be wrong with them. Something must be arouse your suspicion right away that it couldn't be.
But I think the reason consumers will buy it, because there's nothing really wrong with the item, because the quality is of time goods. It's just that it's against the law.
It's against the law, because some of these fake goods are just as good as probably as the genuine ones.
Right. But by the way, I'm not sure, as far as I can recall, I don't think there's any penalty for anyone who buys these.
I'm not aware of any penalties, because those goods which were taken by customs the other day, including things like cigarettes and cigars, which are not which are bearing genuine brand names onto them, but they are not genuine.
But that, though, I'd be very concerned about that in our health, because when you buy cigarettes and you're not sure if they are genuine or not, you don't know if the way the cigarette was made was up to certain standards. And when you're inhaling something, you should even be smoking. But
yes, and of course, one of the things that I have about us in Jamaica, we destroyed a tobacco industry, which has helped so many people over all these years, and we're still importing. I don't think the government is importing because they're not legal, but we are still getting those cigarettes from abroad. So it sort of nullifies the whole question of destroying destroying our industry, and yet the demand is still there for cigars and cigarettes, and we are importing them. So in other words, we're exchanging our cancer sticks for other people's cancer sticks and supporting other farmers overseas, which I don't think makes sense. But, that's how life is.
Exactly.
Yes. And we were talking about putting the price tags on certain things. I suppose we have spoken about the labels and how important they are in our shopping.
Right.
But I noticed that in some supermarkets now, they are very tardy in displaying prices on the goods.
But that's illegal.
It should be illegal.
Yes.
And, they might stock new goods, and you're waiting for a long time before you get a price.
Yes.
To it. And sometimes they put the prices in place where you can't see them. If you want to see, some things you have to go almost bend on your knees to see the price of the goods. Because they put the tag so low that you don't know where they are. What the cost of the goods are.
And sometimes they put them on the shelves, and then they fall off.
And sometimes they fall off.
Right.
And then one of the things, when they fall off, our consumer might pick up, or our customer might pick up, and decide to put it back.
Yes.
They put it in the wrong place. So when you go up to the cashier, you hear the cashier tell you that this is for so and so, but you say, but I see this in where the goods mark so and so. And therefore, they sometimes start of a dispute by the cashier. The poor cashier probably has to go by a code number.
Right.
The consumer has a right to pay what they see on the shelf.
Exactly.
So, therefore, what they should do, if you go to markets abroad, more developed countries, and for example, you might go into a clothing store and you pick up a shirt or a dress that, you try it on, but you don't fit right or you don't like it. They don't allow you to put it back yourself. They employ people to do that, so that the chances of them putting the thing in the wrong place and causing a dispute with the cashier is minimized. So therefore, they should have somebody to go around, the supervisors, to have somebody to go around and see that the goods are in their proper places. Because when consumers go up, you don't remember even where you pick it up from.
Oh no.
Put it someplace. So therefore, especially the big supermarkets, they need to have somebody to go around quickly or pace the floor to see that stuff are put in the correct pricing.
And by the way, that too list, then they just put the prices on the products.
Or put the price on the product.
Exactly.
Rather than putting it on the shelf itself, because the shelf you tend to get mixed up.
Right.
Different brands of, so for example, toilet tissue might sell for different prices, but you might see one put in a place where it is sold for so much, and you take it up, and when you go to the cashier, it's a different price.
Exactly.
And at one time too, butchers, I think, were required to put their prices of meat cuts on some board or other displaying them. But I noticed that this is not being done. It was done in the colonial days, that you go into a meat shop and you know how much for a steak or how much for a bone or how much for, whatever it is. I don't see that being done anymore. And at the same time too, with the price of gas going up again, many gas stations are not displaying their prices outside either on that board.
Could that be showing that rules and regulations are going through the window?
Of course, as it has happened in many other cases in Jamaica, the regulations and things go through the window. It's a 9-day wonder. Everybody gets excited the first few days, and after that, everybody stops doing it.
You say 9 days? It might be, I think nowadays it's 1 day.
1 day, you got down to 1 day,
Yeah, man.
But, the gas station, many of them don't put up the prices. And if you want to know the price, you have to drive in and look on the pump. Most times you can't even read what the pump is saying.
Exactly.
And because the print is so fine, especially some of those older pumps. You can't see anything on them. And then you might just drive in, and you don't, okay, it's too expensive at the station. It would prevent you driving inside here if you don't want to buy at that station. Go somewhere else so you know exactly that's your choice. Because remember, one of the consumer rights is freedom of choice. And did you know, for example, that bars in England and other places are required to put the prices of their drinks at a place where they can be seen? For example, if you go in and you want brand X beer,
yes,
you can, what is brand Y beer, what the cost of it is, brand A beer, whatever it is, or gin or whatever it is. There's a price, so you know exactly what you're buying.
Well, not in Jamaica. Oh, you only have 2 seconds left.
Right. So therefore, some people also price, they put the old, the new tags over the old price tags.
That's wrong.
I don't think that should be so.
That's wrong.
That is wrong. Definitely wrong.
And if consumers accept that, then really, you're not using your head at all. And when you go places like that, is that happening? You just don't go back there. Are you for your money or your power?
Yeah, but sometimes you don't even know that there's a new tag over the old one, or the old one, because they don't even take the time to tear off the old one and replace it with the new one.
Right.
You just lift the old one and you lift the new one and you see the old one under there.
Well,
I don't think that's legal.
I must tell you, anywhere I go to shop, they know. Don't take no chance with me at all.
Nobody knows you.
Don't take no chance. The last one, I will tell you what they do. They did everything I'd call to set me up now. But you call me and talk to me, because when I finish, you'll regret the day you open business, because I know exactly what to do, and of course the various bodies are taking action. So of course, so don't try that again. The supermarket that I go to, I get VIP treatment. Everybody must be a VIP person. No, go there and take rubbish. I'm not taking it at all.
Definitely.
I've gone off time.
And they need more people like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Trevor Summers. You have a wonderful
Thank you for having me this morning again.
All right, Trevor Summers. And congratulations for receiving that award from the Prime Minister.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Trevor Samuels, immediate past president of the National Consumers League, Consumer Power. I'm your friend, Vernon. I'm going to go for the break. When we come back, it will be open house, yes, and of course we'll be taking your calls then. Yeah, we're going to be talking about a drop-in center for homeless persons in the parish of St. Anne to be opened here in Ocho Rios in May. And my very special guest will be Councillor Michael Belnavis, Chairman of the St. Anne Municipal Corporation and Mayor of St. Anne's Bay. Vernon Darby saying to you, soon come back. Don't move.
Come into the parlor, there's a welcome there for you.
Welcome to the Mayor's Parlor with Desmond McKenzie.
From 1 to 6 p.m. every Sunday, you'll now get more of your favorite vintage music.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Nationwide 90 FM will transform your Sunday into a musical time machine that will take you way back.
Come on, let's go back in time.
This magic moment.
Journey into yesteryear with Desmond McKenzie in the Mayor's Parlor.
I've got the music to jog your memory and make you smile.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the best in vintage music.
Come into the Mayor's Parlor every Sunday between 1 and 6 p.m. here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
Those oldies but goodies reminds me of you.
If it's important to you,
it's important to us.
Let Nationwide 90 FM be your first choice for your live broadcast.
We'll drive traffic to your company, increase your publicity, and work with your budget.
Reach your target audience with high-quality audio both on air and online.
Nationwide 90 FM should be the driving force to execute your live broadcast.
Contact our sales team today at 630-1210 or 630-1216.
Nationwide 90 FM live broadcasts covering your events and reaching your target audience.
At Nationwide, it's all about the story. We're constantly trying to give you the most up-to-the-minute information in the ways that you need it and most conveniently. We know you may have caught a story or a program late, or you might have missed it altogether. So we're making your favorite programs available via podcast so you can single them out and listen to them at your convenience. If you're too busy in that moment, then download the podcast and set it aside until you're ready for it. We are the radio revolutionaries, but we are also online news publishers. We want you to hear the newsmakers you follow in their own voices.
In Nationwide News, this
while you're reading the stories that you're interested in at your convenience while you're on the move. Like, comment, share the new Nationwide Radio app, keeping you on the cutting edge of social and mainstream media. Available for download on all Android and iOS devices. Now your favorite news publishers, Nationwide 90 FM, online and on your mobile.
Jamaica, an island nation blessed with many beautiful bounties. But Jamaicans spend their entire lives unaware of the amazing destinations right here at home. Join Kalila and Dennis as Nationwide This Morning takes you on a journey to some of Jamaica's most spectacular getaways. Experience treasures like no other. Discover rivers and waterfalls. Explore hidden caves. Feast on sumptuous island cuisine. Journey with us to places unknown in Passport to Paradise.
I'm going down to paradise tonight. It's gonna be so.
Passport to Paradise. We're coming to St. Anne, Ocho Rios, and visit Pineapple Court Hotel. Passport to Paradise in Nationwide This Morning from 6 to 8:30 a.m. on Nationwide 90 FM. A revolution in India.
Going down to paradise tonight. It's gonna be so.
This broadcast is brought to you by This is Really Great Yogurt. Be good to your body. Dolphin Cove, Jamaica's #1 marine attraction. And Fidelity Motors, Nissan Shift, innovation that excites.
Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
Welcome back. You're listening to At Your Service here on Nationwide 90 FM. A revolution in media. It's open house. And of course, we'll be taking your calls. Let me just remind you of the numbers to call. 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-8255. I have a very special guest this morning from the beautiful, beautiful parish of St. Anne. Right, beautiful place. I love there. We had a house down there. And we're talking with now Councillor Michael Bell Navis, Chairman of the St. Anne Municipal Corporation and Mayor of St. Anne's Bay. Good morning, Mayor. How are you, sir?
Good morning to yourself and your thousands of listeners all across Jamaica.
No, sir, you have
the World Wide Web, right?
Mr. Mayor, you can't come on the program and make a mistake like that, sir. You said thousands, sir.
It's what, millions, right?
Right, because we are heard all over the world, you know, so don't make that mistake.
Millions.
Good to have you, Mr. Mayor. Now, I hear some good news, but it could also be bad news. It's just like when the minimum wage goes up. When I was say, boy, it's good news, but it's also bad news because it means therefore the cost of living is rising.
Inflation.
Now, I understand that you're going to do something which is quite good. You're going to build a drop-in center, or you have a building already that you're going to have in, is it in Otrias for the homeless persons?
Yes, it's really good news, and it's going to only be good.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a drop-in center. Let me explain to your listeners what a drop-in center is all about. It is a center where homeless and disenfranchised individuals, as they say, drop in. They drop in instead of roaming the streets. They will be allowed to come in for medication, so they'll be sedated, dealt with whatever issues they have, because they'll be trained technicians, on-site nurses, and so on, to deal with the medications. They'll be given meals. They'll be given a wash down, because we have showers there. They'll be given change of clothes. they be cared for. There's an area that we have fenced and cordoned off where they can roam if they so desire. It is not a prison. It's an area where they can come and relax. It's planted out with trees and it's therapeutic. And of course, it is maintained by the St. Anne Municipal Corporation and the infirmary department of the municipal corporation. So in essence, what we're doing is bringing to these folks a new approach to dealing with health care for the disenfranchised and the homeless of the society. It's going to be in Boxfield, right beside the fire station.
Where is going to be?
In Boxfield.
Boxhill?
Right, there's a stretch of commercial land beside the cemetery, the solid waste, and the fire department. That Parish owns land, and we built the building. The building is complete.
Yes.
It's going to be opened the first of the month by the minister, Desmond McKenzie. There's going to be a function there, and all the caregivers and the religious folks will be there to bless it and get it cranking. For phase 2, we'll be accommodating individuals that they can actually stay overnight. But this is for phase 1. It's just a drop-in center.
That's a drop-in. Oh, that's why I call it a drop-in.
That is why we call it a drop-in center.
But I'm sure there are many persons who are now on the streets who need somewhere to stay permanently.
Yeah. This is not a fixed, a permanent fix in the sense of you take them off the street and just put them there and you put them behind fences, and it's not a Bellevue hospital in a sense, because it's not a hospital. It's more for to sedate them, give them a bit of a medication they need, give them a change of clothes, give them a shower, food, things of that nature. So they won't be going through your pillaging through your garbage containers. They won't be begging you on the street. They won't be in a mental state of mind where they attack you. They won't be just lying around on the street.
Oh, let me point out, sir,
because they'll be incented to remain on property.
Yes.
Because of what we're doing on a day-to-day basis, and food is a big draw for these individuals.
Let us make it clear that those are not everybody see on the street that they're not mad. Some of them are just destitute, have nowhere to go.
That is correct. As I'm saying, it's sometimes. Well, and the funny thing is because of the grounds that are there.
Yes.
It lends itself to a therapeutic place for them to. It's cordoned off. It's not like it's exposed to the community. We have chain link fence and we have a concrete fence on the front.
Yes.
And it fits into the community in that it looks like a house.
Okay.
It looks like a house, so it doesn't detract from the neighborhood. There was some concern by some of the residents that these individuals will be roaming the streets in the neighborhood, but there won't be because there'll be security there, and at the same time, these individuals will be attracted by that place and be housed in there because of the amenities that it will provide.
Right. Be careful now. Some of us say we don't want to see them in our neighborhood because it's only by the grace of God why some of us not out there, sir.
Yeah. And the funny thing is that these individuals aren't particularly violent because if they were, they would be creating mayhem on the streets of Bushwick. They're just kind of lounging around, sun tanning all day, and going through, pillaging through the garbage containers. That's been my experience with these individuals. It's more of a eyesore than a security risk.
But Mayor, it also
we want to deal with it.
It tells something about us, so back even in developed countries, you have persons who live on the streets.
Yes.
Well, in those countries too, I must admit, the share of wealth is not so shared, I must say.
Yeah.
But it speaks to how our economy has been going for a very long time. And I'm glad that you're doing that because some time ago, how we dealt with the issue, how we dealt with it? I don't recall.
They would just put them in a truck and
Mr. Mayor, you're going to get me to trouble now, You are going to get...
That's what happened.
Mr. Mayor, you're going to get me into trouble. No, we go no further on that one. So, you know what? Let me go for the break here. All right, going to go for the break. You're listening to At Your Service here on Nationwide 90 FM. A revolution in media. It's open house, and we are speaking with Councillor Michael Ben Nevis, Chairman of the St. Anne Municipal Corporation and the Mayor of St. Anne's Bay. And the lines are open. Yes, man, if you want to talk to the Mayor, well, see, you can't see the Mayor. Then hold on, the Mayor is on air, and you tell me you can't find him. No, man, you take up your phone and call him right now. He will definitely talk with you. And the numbers to call are 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-8255. I'm your friend, Vernon Darby, saying to you, soon come back. Don't move.
Beautify your building with Freeform Factory's EPS foam architectural moldings. Easy to install, termite-free and weather-resistant. Crown and parapet moldings, also window bands and sills in a variety of sizes and profiles. Add your unique touch of style at an affordable cost. To order or learn more, email info@freeformfactory.com. Call 757-2395 or visit their showroom at 6 Nanspin Drive, Kingston 11. Freeform. Build, insulate, decorate.
Make your dollar stretch further this Saturday, April 28th at all Hilo Food Stores in the GKVR Cashback Day. Get $500 cash back for every $5,000 spent. That's massive saving on your grocery shopping at Hilo Food Stores this Saturday when GKVR members get cash back for every $5,000 spent. Come shop and save this Saturday at Hilo Food Stores. Conditions apply. Hilo Food Stores, making life easier.
Jamaica, an island nation blessed with many beautiful bounties. But Jamaicans spend their entire lives unaware of the amazing destinations right here at home. Join Kalila and Dennis as Nationwide This Morning takes you on a journey to some of Jamaica's most spectacular getaways. Experience treasures like no other. Discover rivers and waterfalls. Explore hidden caves. Feast on sumptuous island cuisine. Journey with us to places unknown in Passport to Paradise.
I'm going down to paradise tonight. It's gonna be so.
Passport to Paradise. We're coming to St. Anne, Ocho Rios, and visit Pineapple Court Hotel. Passport to Paradise in Nationwide this morning from 6 to 8:30 a.m. on Nationwide 90 FM. A revolution in media.
Going down to paradise tonight. It's gonna be so.
This broadcast is brought to you by This is Really Great Yogurt. Be good to your body. Dolphin Cove, Jamaica's #1 marine attraction. And Fidelity Motors. Nissan Shift. Innovation that excites.
Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
Welcome back. You're listening to At Your Service here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media. It's open house. I'm your friend, Vernon Darby, and my very special guest is Councillor Michael Bill Nevis, Chairman of the St. Anne Municipal Corporation and Mayor of St. Anne's Bay. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
We have a caller on the line here. Let's go to this caller. Good morning. How are you doing? Thanks for calling.
Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Mr. Vernon.
How you doing?
I'm good, Mr. Mayor.
I thought you was going to call me Mayor. I don't understand you.
Well, I was just listening to the radio and heard this initiative. Is it your initiative, Mr. Mayor?
Well, you know, the funny thing is there's a story behind it, and it's a real gospel story. In that when we came to the council, it was on the books to be withdrawn because the funds were given to the municipal corporation from the ministry.
Okay.
And the previous administration wasn't doing anything with it, and they were going to withdraw the funds. Actually, as a matter of fact,
no man. What?
Yeah, they were going to, yeah, they were going to withdraw the funds. And I found out about it and convened an immediate meeting. and went and found the location, and we just said, boy, we're going to move on this project. And we were able to save the funds, because, you know, in government, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
And
Mr. Mayor, let me tell you something. You see, I am so impressed with your initiative. This is something I always wanted to do. When I buy the lotto, I always say, if I buy the lotto, if I win the lotto, this is something I do for the poor people that stand on the streets. I have a weakness for poor people. I do my part. Like I know I have to tell you this. There's this young man, you see, at the stoplight at Waterloo and Hope Road that wipes windows. And he's so polite and so intelligent. He just don't have no opportunity. And one day I stopped there and he said to me, can I wipe your window? And I said, don't wipe any window for me today, because I don't have no money to give you. I don't want you to work for nothing. And he said, no, man, I will do it just the same. And because I know when you pass again, you will help me.
I don't believe you.
Yes, and I said to him, give me your number? And he gave me his number, and I got him a job and take him off the street. This is a
man, hold on. I don't know. Hold on.
Yes,
this is a story.
Where he's working.
Wow.
On the streets because of his posture. And this is why I'm so impressed with this initiative, and I would love to see it replicated island-wide.
No, listen, I have to congratulate you. No, man.
That's really great initiative. I mean, for someone to just take someone off the street and
yes, I took him off the street
like that,
now in a job, and
God bless.
I'm so ever grateful, you know.
God bless.
And I have to congratulate you, because this is me. Yeah. This is me working through you, and this is what I would love to see more of our politicians and people who are in charge do for the poor. When I pass them on the road, rain wet them, sun burn them, they lie down there.
Rough it.
I don't have no money, but I have the love, and that is what I share.
You get blessings, man. What do you?
You know, and
let's get blessings, man.
My name is Joyce Young, Mr. Mayor. I don't know if you have ever met me, but I have met you.
Yes.
I have met you at some point or the other, and I just wanted to know that I really love what you're doing, and I want to congratulate you, and I want to congratulate Mr. Vernon for giving you the opportunity to let us know what you're doing.
And now I know the kind of persons who listen to this program.
I listen to this program 24/7.
Persons who are willing to give and share.
Sunday from 1 to 6.
Okay.
And I look out for my Benny King from the mayor.
Okay.
So, Mayor Bell Nevis, have a great day and God bless you.
I want you to listen to a 10-second story. There was a group of people who feed the homeless and so on, and they said they met with the pastor 1 year before I went there and prayed on this very same land that I chose. 1 year before that a homeless shelter would come there. And I, not knowing what they did 1 year prior, chose the exact same spot.
Yes, God answers prayer.
It is so spiritual. That's what I'm saying. It's a spiritual story to it.
Yeah, man.
You know this song here? I want to call. I can't sing this song. God moves in a mysterious way. God moves in a mysterious way. God moves.
Yes, I know it.
Yeah, you know that one. Good.
Yes. Have a great day.
Thank you very.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Mr. Mayor, boy, it's very interesting there. What kind of program are we having today? A program of love? A program of blessings? Yeah? Let's go to another caller here.
Can't live without that.
You can't. Good morning. How you doing? Where are you calling from? St. Anne?
Hello.
How you do? Where are you calling from? Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, we are hearing you. Where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm calling from St. Anne, Australia.
Oh, yes. Good to have you, man.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, I was just sitting down and listening to the program because I feel so interested, and I've been thinking about it for a long time, returning back to Jamaica and seeing all this work going on. And, you know, I must recommend you on the good work that you are doing.
Thank you.
And I was wondering in what facility or what areas I can give my help, because being a mental health nurse or psychiatrist.
You worked in England, right?
Yes.
Me just figure
You're retired. You're retired, ma'am.
Yes, man.
Yes.
Yes. There is scope for you, and I'll tell you why. We have a lady that's going to be kind of in charge of the group, and she's from England. She's volunteering her service to the project to help assist the homeless. She does something right now on her own, where she's feeding individuals on the roadside. So she has volunteered to be a part of this, and I'd be surprised how many groups have just jumped on board. So the cost to the municipal corporation is going to be very minimal in terms of the food, because a lot of these individuals and church groups and so on were out there feeding them, ad hoc. And we have essentially coordinated everyone and put everyone in a schedule so that it will even cost the municipal corporation and taxpayers money in terms of maintenance, but it will essentially be subsidized by these benevolent groups like yourself, ma'am, these church groups and so on. So it is what we have done is just coordinated the efforts and made it and provided the infrastructure.
Caller, I'm going to ask you, Mr. Mayor, what number can she get you at?
378-6764.
Okay, well, I didn't write
378-6764.
Yes.
378-6764. 6764.
And you can also send me a text message to 816-5261.
5261. Okay.
Right, so I can know how it's going. All right?
Okay, then.
And by the way, I'm glad you come back to Jamaica. You come help keep us up, man. I'm glad you come back.
A lot of British folks, returning residents, are in this program.
And more would return, Mr. Mayor, if we deal with the crime more effectively, man. Enough of them want to come home, I will be better off.
You know, crime is down 25% in St. Anne.
But at the same
25% major crime.
I'm not being biased, but the crime is just, the thing about it, you are asking me, you are okay, and yes, you hear about the crime here in Jamaica.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not the same way you hear in Jamaica, and the crime is still there in Jamaica. And the thing about it is that we are not hearing so much about it over there, out here about over there.
Yes.
Over there, call you and tell you. Because you can, in one era where you have 5 or 6 teenagers between 16 and 20 die in 1 week.
Yeah, man. And the bombing and what have you.
I mean, it's very terrible.